What's up guys, Gabriel Varga here. It's fight week and I'm in Milan, and one of the most important aspects of fight week is weight cutting. So today we're going to take a look at what I eat during fight week when I'm not close to home, don't have my normal grocery stores, don't have my own kitchen, and I'm going to add in a few tips for fight week during that weight cut that'll help make things a little more bearable. The first thing I should mention, because it's very important, is I've never missed weight. Now I've fought between 137 pounds and 147 pounds, and my walk around weight is usually 155. When I first started cutting weight back in 2006, 2007, 2008, for those initial fights that I had, it was so unpleasant. I would diet for 2 weeks before each fight, and I would only eat the foods that people told me were acceptable. And that was pretty much peanut butter, spinach, and salmon. And there was no dressing, nothing to make it taste better. Man, it was an unpleasant 2 weeks. And then bit by bit, I began to adapt that ridiculous diet into something that would allow me to still make weight, but still be able to enjoy my food and make sure that, the last couple of weeks of fight camp wasn't terrible. Now, a big important key here is I don't do a 2-week weight cut anymore. It's just one. Maybe some of you have to diet for 2 weeks, but I think if you are, you're probably cutting too much weight. Being able to cut weight in 1 week instead of 2 is just so much nicer, especially because in that point where you're 2 weeks out from the fight, you're still pushing hard and your body needs more energy. If you can get it down to 1 week, which you should be able to, you're gonna love the experience so much more. Because really 7 days of dieting, it's not that bad. I mean, I think 4 days in right now, and I'm not even sick of the food. I'm still enjoying what I'm eating. And fortunately, I just got back from the grocery store, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I have and how I sort of put it together to make sure that I still enjoy all the food, all the flavors, everything that I love putting in my mouth. Okay guys, as I mentioned, I just got back from the grocery store and we're gonna get into what's in that bag in a moment. But first, I wanna point out 2 things I always bring with me fight week from home. I pack them in my bag, I bring them wherever I'm going, doesn't matter if it's Asia, down to Dubai, over to Europe. I always bring these 2 items. First one, organic peanut butter. It is great when you're really hungry and you can't put on too much weight, but you need some high calorie food. I always bring the peanut butter. It's always organic, and I don't think I've ever missed fight week without this. I usually go through this whole thing in about 4 or 5 days. Number 2, I bring some tuna, some healthy tuna, not the garbage that you get from most grocery stores. This one's actually Vancouver Island albacore tuna, solid white albacore tuna. The mercury content is very low and the salt content is very low as well. These are sort of my 2 staple items when I'm really hungry and I need really good food and I just don't want to risk not having these around. All right, now for the fun stuff. All right, first thing we got here, some chicken pre-cooked. I'm obviously not going to eat the skin. Probably a little bit too much salt on it, but I can get down to the actual chicken breast. Nice and healthy. Really nice on salads. Really can't go wrong with some chicken. All right, next up we got prosciutto. We're in Italy, why not? Now, yes, the salt content is gonna be a little bit higher than the chicken, but I'm not as worried about that as other fighters are. And this, just like the chicken, goes so good on salads. Sometimes I actually just take my greens and I'll just take a big handful and wrap it up in prosciutto, throw it in. So tasty and very low in the weight and pretty low in the calorie content. Oh yes. One of my favorites, actual favorite food of all time, but I like to put some salt on my avocado. Can't do that as much right now, but still a little bit on top of my salad sliced up. Give me some extra energy because I still am going and doing a few workouts. Yeah, I still eat the avocado. Now it can be really boring eating all this salad with no flavor, but you don't want to be putting on Caesar dressing or something like that that's super high in calories. So this is one of my favorite things to have on my salad when I'm here. It's just balsamic reduction. I don't need much of it. It's pretty sweet, but it goes great on the salads. And like I was saying before, if I take some prosciutto, throw a bunch of lettuce in, and sort of just wrap it up, just throw a little bit of this on top, and oh, it's so good. I've got a cucumber, just gonna fill up my stomach a little bit. Just kind of water weight really. Okay, what else we got here? We got some bananas. I still like to eat the bananas. Man, I'm right across from a church and I just hear the bells just ringing away. I don't know if you guys can hear them. So bananas, take a little bit of peanut butter, throw them on top. I like to slice them up just nice and small, just mix the two together. Super tasty. I can do the same thing with apples, a little bit of peanut butter, but I actually prefer some cheese. I don't have a lot of this, obviously. I mean, this is a massive chunk, but what do we got here? I went for a Romano cheese today. Smells so strong, but it's gonna be so good. But again, just, you know, a little tiny bit with a wedge of apple, and it just makes me happy. It tastes good, and really, if I can't eat that much cheese a day and still make weight, I think something's really wrong. Oh yes, some Italian grapes. Of course, I gotta have some of those. Again, not eating too much, just a few a day, but it makes me happy. Now, all this great food makes me so much happier fight week, but do remember that really the primary food that I am eating is all the salad. I got lots of it. I go through probably this in one day, and everything else here is just to make this a little more tolerable, a little more fun. Throw a little bit of sauce on it, get some prosciutto, a little bit of cheese, and all of this turns into a really fun meal. Now, if you're looking at all this food thinking, man, something's missing from his diet, you are right. A lack of complex carbs. No pastas, no grains. Cutting that out is an easy way to shed 3 or 4 pounds over that week. And as I mentioned, cutting the weight cut down from 2 weeks to 1 is great, because in that last week, I can cut out those complex carbs and my body's not suffering because my training is really light now. I'm only doing 50% of the time, 50% of the intensity, so I don't need that energy to keep me going like I normally would in a normal fight camp week, where I'm doing 2 sessions a day, 100%. During that time, you need those complex carbs, but in this last week, cutting them out is an easy way to cut extra weight and not really suffer. All right, guys, there we go. Now you've seen what allows me to make weight fight week, but still have fun with my food. I'm not eating big bowls of raw spinach where at the end of the day, I just hate it. I like every bite of food I take right now, and it makes this fight week so much more enjoyable. If you guys have any further questions, throw them down in the comments below. I'll get back to you about them. And as always, I really appreciate you to click that subscribe button. Train hard, and I'll see you back here again soon for another video.